Hi, this is Andy Hart, and today I review episode 6 of God, Inc. This episode of God, Inc. Wraps up a lot of loose ends. To start, in this episode, you'll notice that at one point Keaton puts his arm around Sarah the intern. Keaton, you will recall, has been interested in her from the beginning. In episode 1, Brad remarked to Sarah that she would be the only woman in the product development area, and that might be a problem. Later in episode 2, Keaton referred to Sarah the intern as being foxalicious. So finally that came to fruition with Keaton making his move in episode 6. The Northern Lights were first brought up in episode 2. Sarah just, remarked to Austin how she lived in Florida and never got to see never got to see the Northern Lights, and no one knew that would be such an important line, but that's where it first occurred. You recall in episode 2 also that Keaton created a mosquito that messed up Owen's Tundra report. And when asked why, Keaton said, well, that's because Owen stole my pen. And so you'll notice here in episode 6, it appears that Keaton finally got his pen back, and he's writing Keaton's pen with a label on it. Now, episode 2 was the episode when Charlie in the Miracles department got laid off, and Owen came around looking for a stapler. This was briefly revisited in episode 6. When Austin was being fired, you'd notice that Owen is walking around with what appears to be Austin's printer, and then, of course, when it's apparent that Austin is going to not be fired after all, Owen has to make an about-face with that printer. Now, you may have noticed in episode 6 the words Deus ex machina, and I looked it up in Wikipedia. That's, I think, how you pronounce it, and what it literally means is God from the machine, and it's based on the ancient Greek and Roman plays where one of the gods would be lowered down on a crane, and he would fix some situation that could not possibly be fixed by the characters in the play. And that would commonly be sort of like everything works out because it turns out it was all a dream. Now, in a modern sense, Wikipedia talks about more how it's sort of like a plot twist ending. And so in viewing episode 6 seems to actually use it both ways. In a classical sense, episode 6, everything literally is worked out miraculously by a phone call from God. But in a modern sense, Deus ex machina is also met because it is only through the plot twist of this whole Northern Lights, miracle submission, falling behind a desk, all of these things work out miraculously for Austin to, basically be saved, for the miracle departments to be saved by a miracle. These episodes really were about how there is hope among all of us, that Austin, who seemed to be very pessimistic, can even be inspired by somebody, in this case Sarah, to find something within himself, to make the Northern Lights, to do some good and grow himself. And in addition to entertainment, there's inspiration in there for all of us. So I enjoyed this episode most of all. I hope you did too.